Hello friends, today we have here an mini iPad mini. I think it's mini 2. Yeah, it's mini 2. And the problem on this iPad is the screen. As you see, it's cracked. This is just the outside digitizer, so I'm going to show you how to replace this broken digitizer. I already have a new digitizer right here, so I'm talking about the outside digitizer, not the LCD in the bottom. So to do this repair I will need some tools. So I will need a Phillips screwdriver, an IC Semi, e-cutter, adhesive double sticky, and I will need a heat gun. Okay, and also I will need a glove. So let's start. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I will heat up this white panel here, and once it's hot enough, I will use this IC Semi, and they will try to lift up or peel off the digitizer. Okay, so let me heat it up first. By the way, I focus on one side here. I'm just focusing on this corner, but I keep moving, because if I just focus like this for a long time, I may burn the LCD in the bottom. So keep moving like this. So after 1 minute, this should be hot enough. So now I'm gonna use the IC Semi, and I will start from this side here. Doesn't matter where, somewhere. So I will try to make a gap between the frame and the glass like this, and I insert this one here. Okay, so once I insert this thing here, I will just keep sliding it. Okay, one more thing. When you insert this IC Semi here inside, make sure don't put the tip down like this. You might touch the LCD inside and you may scratch it or even break it. So make sure the tip is going up this way. Okay, this way up. And slide it around the edges exactly like this. Alright, so now I'm gonna go to the top side. Okay, so once I open this side, I have this finger holding this to not go back, and I will heat up a little bit more this side. Okay, and now I will lift up the top side. Oops, it's hot. So now I will go to the other side here. Try not to touch the LCD inside with your fingerprints, because it's gonna be very hard for you to clean it up. Okay, so now I will do the same thing on this corner. As you see, I'm grabbing the pieces of glass with my finger, and be careful, this glass can cut your finger and can get inside underneath the skin, and it may make some infection underneath the skin, so be careful. When I'm grabbing this, I know exactly how much pressure I will put on this, and I will use my feeling. When I feel something wrong, I just stop pushing. Okay, so now I have this. Alright, so now I think this is like lifted up. So what I'm gonna do, I will just use this cutter and I will cut the digitizer cable here because I don't want it anyway, it's damaged, so just get rid of it. And also the home button cable here. Before you cut the home button cable, make sure you have the screen you have comes with the home button cable on it. As you see it comes with the home button, because sometimes when you buy this screen or this digitizer, it doesn't come with the home button, so you have to transfer the old home button to the new one. In this case, I have everything in the new one. And the more when you buy like a screen or a digitizer with all the components in it on it, you save a lot of time. So now I'm just gonna like keep removing all these pieces little by little. I will put this back later on. This piece I will put it later on. As you see here, we have the Wi-Fi cable. It's right here. The Wi-Fi cable is right here. We have two cables, one in this side and one in this side. Make sure don't cut them off with or damage them with the IC semi. And also make sure the tool you are using, it might slip and touch the LCD and damage it. So be careful. As I told you, I'm not pushing a lot of pressure with my fingers, but I know what I'm doing. I'm just not using the gloves because it's annoying. It doesn't give me like good control. Okay, just a little piece left here. Alright, so I remove everything. One more thing. So if you see, I keep this piece here. If you see, the home button is right here. And this piece, we have a magnet here. It comes exactly on top of the screw, which is underneath here. And we have another magnet. It's right here. This is magnet. And it comes exactly on top of this place here. So these magnets, they are used for the smart key. I mean the smart keys, I'm sorry. The smart case, when you flip it, the light turn on. When you open it, when you flip it, the light turn off. When you open it, the light turns on. So that's why these magnets are here. So we have to transfer them back to this place once we finish. So I will remove the magnet out from here. Okay, this is the magnet I'm talking about. As you see, it sticks here. And we have another magnet. This one I'm going to put it here aside. We have another magnet right here. Okay, you see it? Always the long magnet is going to be on the top, on the side where the camera is. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I will clean this. Before I clean, I will have to save this piece. And voila, I put it back. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now, I will clean this mess and I will come back to you. Alright, I'm back. So I will clean this from all the pieces of glass left here. As you see, I made here a fingerprint in this side. I don't know if you see it good. See the fingerprint? So this fingerprint will be like very hard to clean. Alright, so I will clean it later on. So what I'm gonna do now, I will take the LCD off. So we have some pieces of tissue or tape covering the screws here, covering this screw and this screw. And I have another one right here. Alright. Okay, now let's open the screws. We have 4 screws here holding this LCD. By the way, we have 1 screw which is longer than the others, and that screw, it goes exactly here where the camera is. This is the camera, so the longer screw is here. The other 3, they are the same. Okay, so now we are in the very sensitive part. How to take the screen out from here without breaking it. Most of the technicians, they break the screen during this repair. They break the LCD, I mean. So what I'm gonna need for this, I will need a plastic like this, and I will lift up. I will use like something to lift up this part here, just a little bit. Okay, as you see, and now I can insert this plastic right here. And take this one, I don't need it. And now I will slide this plastic here. This is the perfect method to do it, so be very careful, guys. The LCD is very sensitive. If you bend it too much, you're gonna break it. And you're gonna do the same thing on the other side, because this plastic is flexible, so it doesn't like damage the LCD. Alright, so once I open it this way, I will just like come here. We have 1 plastic, it's like a piece of tissue or adhesive covering the LCD from this side. So what I'm doing, I'm just like removing the adhesive little by little, and I make sure don't damage don't damage this part here, because this is sharp. If I poke it, I will like damage the LCD. So be very careful. Just separate only the adhesive which is on the top. Okay, so I'm separating this. Alright, it's completely separated, as you see. This is very important. And also we have here like a bumper, so I will just lift it up also. And underneath this bumper we have another adhesive. Okay, it's separated. So now I can lift up the screen all the way up this way. So now we have like some screws here. We need to remove this metal shield, and we start from this one. By the way, this is the iPad mini 2, because the iPad mini one has a lot of screws here. And also you will see that the battery underneath, it's like divided by 2 batteries. For the iPad mini, it's only 1 battery. And also one more thing, the LCD, this one, for the iPad mini is not gonna work for the iPad mini 2. So if you are like buying the iPad mini LCD, make sure you buy the right part. Check in the back for the model number and order the exact part for the exact model number. Okay, I remove all the screws. Alright, so now this metal sheet is playing like this. So what I'm gonna do, I will slide it this way, all the way, and after that I will lift it up. And try to keep the holes here matching with the holes in the bottom, because if you move it a little bit, we have some curved here, and this curved gonna stuck on this edge. So if you keep the holes matching, you just slide this back this way and lift it up gently. You see it's stuck here. Alright, so we have it. So as I told you, this is the battery. It's separated by one line here. It's one battery, but it has like two cells. Alright, so underneath this bracket we have another metal shield, which is holding the cables for the LCD and for the digitizer. And we have 3 screws right here. I'm gonna take them off. This, by the way, the screw which is close to the edge here is longer, a little bit. So make sure you put every screw back to its place. The screws in this side here and this side here on this metallic shield, they are the same, so you don't have to worry about them. This is the bracket, so I'm gonna put it with the screws right here. So now the first thing we're gonna do here, we're gonna disconnect the battery. The battery cable is right here. So I'm gonna use my nail to disconnect it, and when you disconnect it, be very careful, don't use any force. Be very, very gentle, because these FPCs, I mean the place where these cables are connected, they are very sensitive. You may like damage them or like mess up some pins there, especially on the LCD and on the digitizer cable. Okay, so now I separate the LCD. I put it aside here, and now I will disconnect the cable, digitizer cable. As you see here, I'm using just my nail, and it's disconnected. And I already cut earlier this cable which is connected to the actual digitizer, and I will get rid of it. Also, when you are buying the digitizer for this tablet, make sure you buy it with this FPC. Some screens, some people are selling these digitizers without the AC, what they call it, the AC, not the AC adapter, the AC chips. Okay. And now I will use this flat thing. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. And I will like just press it around here. So I will clean the frame with this flat thing. Make sure don't leave any kind of pieces of glass on it.
Sí, porque no me acuerdo la verdad. No me acuerdo ni quién. Sí, voy a estar loco porque no lo escribo.
And keep cleaning. So after I clean this, make sure don't leave any pieces of glass here. Alright, so now after I clean, I will check the corners. As you see here, this corner is damaged, so I have to bend it back or like shave it from inside to make some space or some room where the digitizer are gonna fit. So for these damaged corners, I will use the plier, and I will just like bend them back this way, or I will use a cutter, shave them from inside, or I will use this professional tool. This is made all especially for these corners. Actually, it's not working perfect on the iPad minis, but I will try. Okay, I think it's done. All right, now I will put the digitizer and see if it's gonna fit perfectly inside this frame. Okay, so these two corners are perfectly like fit, and this side also, and okay, everything is perfect. If you see that this digitizer is like overlapping this edge here, try to fix the edge before you put this one, because if you put like some pressure on it to make it like stick, you're gonna break the digitizer. It's very easy to break it. All right, so now I'm gonna put the adhesive. So this is the double sticky adhesive. I will put one strip here from the corner to the corner, and cut it evenly with the edges. Same thing on this side. And another strip here on the top. And same thing. Alright. Use this plastic to make sure that the adhesive sticks very well. As you see, I'm not gonna put the adhesive on these sides here. For the iPad minis, just these two strips are enough. I will open this side here because this is gonna stick on the cable, the digitizer cable, and it's not gonna let it in all the way in this hole. So I cut that part. So now it's time to connect this digitizer. So before I connect this digitizer, I will remove the adhesive. I mean just the plastic which is covering the adhesive. There we go. Make sure this cable here is matching perfectly with the FPC on the motherboard. And then now I will put the LCD back. Also make sure it's matching 100%. And now it's time for the battery. This is the battery connector, so I'm connecting it back also. And this bracket. So we have one screw here and another screw, which is almost the same size on the other side here, but the one which is close to the frame is longer a little bit. Try to put these screws back exactly to the right spot. Okay, and now it's time for this metal shield. And before I put the screws here, I will turn this device on and make sure it's working. It seems like it's working. So while it's turning on, I will put these screws here inside. Alright, so now I will flip the screen back here. Make sure don't touch it with your fingerprints. And test. As you see, it's not responding for some reason. Maybe this is thick. So you have to turn it off and turn it back on. I will push the button here, the home button and the power button, both of them at the same time for 20 seconds. Once you see like it turns on, release both buttons, and they will test it one more time. By the way, the tool that I use to fix the corners, they call it J tool, just in case if you are asking for the name. Okay, it's on now. Hopefully the digitizer is working. Okay, it's working. Sometimes when you face some problems, don't panic. Just try to use different solution, like resetting it, turn off, turn back on, disconnect the cable, reconnect it. Alright, so now it seems like everything is working fine. What I'm gonna do, I will put the screws here for the screen. This is longer screw. It goes exactly next to the camera here. Right here. And the other screws, they're gonna go to the other corners. Voila, I put all the screws back. So now we have one more thing. We have these magnets. So the small magnet gonna go here in the corner in the bottom, and the long one gonna go here on the top where the camera is. Just stick it to the screw there. And now it's time to clean the LCD. Make sure there is no fingerprints on it. I will need the fiber optic cloth. I still see like there is a small smudge here. It was the fingerprint where I touched the LCD in the bottom, in the beginning. So that's why I keep telling you, don't touch the LCD with your fingers, because it's very hard to clean. Alright, I think it's clean now. So once it's clean, I will remove this adhesive which is covering the plastic which is covering the adhesive on the top here. Make sure the camera hole here is open. Sometimes when the adhesive is wide, it's covering the camera here. And also I have to remove the plastic which is covering the adhesive in the bottom here. One more thing, I will have to remove the plastic which is covering the adhesive which is on the digitizer. I already removed the other one. I still see some smudges here. Alright, so the most important part here is this cable. This cable here must be like folded, and it must go inside, nothing left on the top of the frame. So I'm pulling it with these tweezers. Make sure it's folded inside, and make sure there is no gap here. Make sure the digitizer is like perfectly aligned with the frame. And once it's aligned, you take a look on the bottom here and see if the cable is all the way in that gap inside. And once you're sure, you're just gonna lift it up a little bit. And now it's time to remove the adhesive, I mean the tape, no, the plastic which is covering the LCD, which is covering the digitizer, I'm sorry. You will see it now. So this is the last one you remove, because this one, if you remove it in the beginning, you're gonna touch the digitizer with your fingerprints, and it's very hard to clean it. Alright, so now this is like perfectly aligned, no gap, and I push the digitizer all the way like this. Make sure it sticks very well to the gap, to the frame, and after that I release the top part. Et voila. Here you go, it's done. What's the password, if you remember?
0810.
Okay, so the password is 0810, and it's open. Alright guys, as you see, it's working perfectly, and that's it. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and please also like this video and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. See you in the next video.